Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails Through Daybreak Part 23. Call me Jim Carrey the way I'm 23-in and me-in. Alright, you got my permission to click on the video now. We're just doing side quests and talking to NPCs. Nothing important's happening this time. You can skip this one, alright? What's popping over here? I remember you. Given the circumstances, it won't be long before the police raid the Zecht Arms branch. The issue here is that Zecht Arms are searching for something that Armada had left behind. In which case they have an obligation to follow up. Any business the guild left unfinished is our responsibility to solve. It'll really give us an edge having you here to help, Kirchheim. I don't deserve your acclaim, not when I couldn't protect Ewan. Having said that, the best way to ensure you can rest in peace is to put an end to Armada once and for all. That's the bracer from Arasion that Armada did a number on last year. It's great to see him back in the field. What's not so great though is that the braces are starting to catch on. We better pick up the pace. Yep. Must be a reason why whatever the Mafia left behind hasn't surfaced after all this time. The chances are that someone has been keeping it hidden. Our task is to secure the individual. We'll put an end to Armada once and for all. I swear to my name as a Bracer. Us too. Our legal names are Bracer and Bracer. What are we eating? I feel kind of like... They got like nice full course meals and this lady's just got a fucking at least she's got 2 sandwiches. I guess she is a kid, so maybe she wanted the sandwiches, honestly. Maybe I shouldn't make assumptions. Mr. Butcher passed out drinking till dawn again. Get up already, would you? Don't you have a job to get to today? That's no use, I can't move. Let me sleep it off some more. Not much we can do about him. If it weren't for me and Dad, he'd probably end up in a ditch somewhere. As crazy as it sounds, the two of us have dealt with this sort of thing so many times that it doesn't even bother me anymore. It's no use. I feel like garbage. Gonna have to call in sick today. I'll swing by for another drink after I bounce back. You know what they say, fight fire with fire, alcohol with alcohol. To be honest, I don't really mind getting mixed up with the people of Messeldam, even when it means having to play caretaker like this. I do want to travel in the near future, maybe. Wander around a while and train my skills the way my dad did. But when I inherit this place or start my own, I'll probably end up settling back down in this city when all's said and done. Hopefully it'll be less of a shithole when you get back. No offense, Messeldamites. Messelamites? Messeldanians? Messelamites sounds best. You kind of dropped the damn part, but... you brought in a few new faces this time. Guess that means the work's only just beginning. What my guests are up to is their own business, but don't overdo it out there, alright? I'm not looking to get mixed in with something that'll keep me up at night. I can overlook the smaller details. Anything that'll keep me up at night, though, is a different story. This may just be the worry word in me talking, but don't get too carried away out there, alright?
Can I help you?
What about us? Yeah, we did.
Come again!
So, Celise, Jacob, why are you guys gonna join us in the virtual world again? Because presumably you join us in the virtual world, considering you got skill upgrades and stuff. It just seems extremely random. Let's stay up a little longer. We still got cards to play and candy to eat. You hiding shards in here, you little shit? Hey, what about the room we couldn't enter into earlier? Okay, now we can barge in. Who up getting the SP reported?
Gotta keep this up.
Fucking eat my ass. What do you mean +5? Oh wait, +2.
Rank up.
Okay. I don't know how that... Weren't we at 40 and then we got 5 and then we got a +2 and now we're at 52? Make it make sense?
I'll be taking that.
A breath? Well, not terrible. It's not nearly as good as the, this cannon back in the day. Oh man, remember cannon? When your basic tiers would, full heal you? And you could cast them with, like, instant delay? Oh man, or no delay? Or cast them instantly with almost no, like, recovery time? Good times, man. I'm not gonna do it, but do you guys enter the party yet? Like, do we get the little scene? I mean, we have to actually enter into the floor there first, right? Never mind. I don't want to get locked in. I was gonna see if we could see, like, their little intro scene the way the others did, but... because it does seem extremely random to have them join us. Is there any... I think that's all the regular NPCs, so let's get back to our kid quest. This is art! Look at the way it flaps its wings! By God, it's almost like it's a real bird. Okay, this must be the place. Yeah, sounds like the dad's gonna be a real piece of work, though. Don't you think it'll be a bit tough to get info from him? There's no way he won't be on guard with us. Yeah, I think it'd be best if we formed a plan first. You're actually starting to sound like a sprigand. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Well, first we should make sure the ones doing the questioning are the least intimidating out of all of us. I've got a voice recorder here too, just in case. I've also got a job for Xeris. I mean, least intimidating would be Catra, but I don't think Catra's who you want interrogating someone. I feel like you wouldn't take Catra seriously. Or like you would just treat him like a, you know, brat. For Xeris, well, I don't mind as long as you actually have a plan. I mean, really, we would want either... I mean, Celise seems like kind of a bad... Like, I feel like she... It depends on how good she is at acting. Because she's not that intimidating. No offense. But I could see her blowing up and setting the man on fire, which honestly, I'm not against. And Judith, well, I mean, we've all seen her acting ability. Yeah, I'll take care of it when the time comes. Let's get the show on the road. You know, considering we're traveling together, I figure we might as well help them out. But how are we the least intimidating ones? He really thinks he can get away with this pushing us around like this? Still, I do think he made the right call. We may as well resign ourselves to it and knock already. Leon knocked on the door to Jed's house. Damn it! I was starting to get a buzz going. I ain't seen you around here before. You went to church, but my kid already covered it with the others. But pleased to meet you. We actually just started working with the church here in Messeldam. We heard about Jed from the others. As his father, I'm sure you must be horribly distraught. So you see, we thought that perhaps we might be of some help. Yeah, that's right. We want to help you look for Jed. Don't bother yourself about it. I'm not sure he'd run away or what, but it's probably because I gave him a pretty harsh talking to a few days ago. Give him a day or two, I'll come back. This isn't the first time he's run away? I mean, 3 days is a bit of a first, but otherwise, nope. Well, I gotta sit here and answer all these dumb questions anyway. What's that broad I was dating never dropped on me in the first place? I mean, all the kid ever does is mouth off, doesn't clean, doesn't cook. Weren't for the money I get for housing him, he wouldn't even worth spit to me. You ought to be grateful you got a roof over his head. It's every bit as unpleasant as we were led to believe. Can't believe. Huh? You got something you want to say to me, Missy? I said I can't believe what a lousy piece of shit you... My goodness, where are manners? The sister has a very peculiar tick, you see. It prevents with verbal abuse on occasion. Huh? Seems like they're hanging on by a thread over there. Maybe it'll still work out. They did seem pretty unhappy about it all. But choosing them was the right choice. He's less likely to be on guard with someone from the church. I mean, after the visit they had earlier, why wouldn't they send someone else over? No, would you look at that? I think they're wrapping up. He just turned into a pile of ash. So they're not actually blood related. And the only reason he's keeping him around is because of the welfare he gets from the government and the church. Shitty old bastard. Creeps like that make me sick. I didn't see any signs of a child in the house anywhere. Given the way his father was acting, it's likely he hasn't been back since he left. On a separate note, I admire your incredible willingness to foist work onto others, Fan. Truly an admirable quality for a Spriggan. Yeah, sorry to throw you guys into the deep end like that. You were a big help. Alright, the next big's up to our Zyphas and Zeros. You're talking about the scent of the house you had Zeros pick up? We just need to have him compared against the other scents in the city using Shard Church? Think you can do that, Zeros? Damn true, partner, damn true. Guess we're all set then. Let's take over from here. Guess we can let the clergy rest for a bit. And of course, happy to oblige. Maybe this time we'll actually get to see you do something for once. Alright, fair, fair. I'll accept some back talk. Except for from Leon. Leon's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
No offense, Leon. Do I really need to, because isn't it just marked on my map? Do I really need to? I don't know. I mean, just like Leon's whole, like, I hate Van because he's got a demon inside of him is so silly. Like, brother. For all we know, the stigmas are, like, demonic in nature. We have no actual proof that they're related to Adios at all. It's just some old people decided it a long time ago. Has the goddess spoke to you? I don't think so.
Shard search recommended.
This seems to be where the trail ends, the trail through Daybreak II. The fact that it leads us to a trash can doesn't exactly fill me with relief, though. Yeah, talk about a bad omen. I guess a lead's a lead. Now let's see what's inside. Right, here we go. That's all it was. Thank God, I was afraid we were gonna find a kid stuffed in there. Well, I mean, there still could be a kid stuffed in there. You've been watching too many thrillers, Judith, although I was starting to get a bit spooked. Let's see what's inside. An old mop, a scrub brush, a large towel, kid's severed head. All that, and there's what looks like an old worn out set of kids' clothes in here. I assume Zeros must have picked up a scent on the clothes. I'm sure they're Jed's, but why were they thrown away? Items are gathered together pretty neatly. Doesn't feel like somebody trying to dispose of evidence. Maybe whoever threw this stuff out just wanted to get Jed into a change of clothes? They are pretty dirty. Probably the kid wanted to clean up a bit. Yeah, maybe he's been adopted by a kind new family. Do you think somebody's trying to take care of him? That seems like a pretty likely possibility. Yeah, maybe we can foist Graffiti Girl onto him too, and then have a nice happy ending. The question is who? We should be able to narrow it down based on the contents of the bag. Doesn't look like your typical family trash. Probably came from one of the shops around here. So what was it? It was a mop and a scrub brush and a large towel. In that case, maybe it was... Oh, it's probably the bathhouse, because the lady was like... She seemed perturbed earlier. And I mean, a mop and a scrub brush, those seem pretty bathy. The bathhouse. Whoever works there definitely knows where Jed is. Oh, that makes sense. A bathhouse would totally have all those items. I kind of like how that works on both levels. A, on the actual evidence they gave you, and then also if you did talk to the lady and see that she's acting weird. You're right, hadn't even thought about it. I take it that means we have our next stop, yes? Let's go see what they have to say. So far, man, I'm just gonna say, and this is totally not because we haven't got any questions wrong. This is a 100% unbiased take. It seems like they've gotten better with the questions. I mean, I'm just saying. I just feel like whenever I get them right, they're doing a good job. Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Certainly. What would you like to know? You're not taking care of a child here by any chance, are you? Don't you know it's a crime in Calvard? We're looking for a little boy named Jed. May I ask what you're looking for him? Or why you're looking for him? We spoke with a few people at the chapel who are worried about him. They haven't seen him for 3 days now. And we promised to do whatever we could to find him. Is there no way we can convince you to trust us? Nah, it's alright. It's plain to see you're good folk. I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you three. Jed just ran off a few minutes ago. Well, he practically burst out the doors like his tail was on fire. Did something happen? Well, you see, maybe it's best I start from the beginning. If you don't mind. I've been worried about that boy for a while now. You see, his father is far from being a good man, so sometimes even I saw him push the kid to steal something from the souvenir, or sometime back I saw him even push the kid to steal something from the souvenir store. Then 3 days ago I noticed him wandering around all by himself at night. I called out to him and noticed that his cheeks were swollen like he'd been beaten. I figured I'd patch him up a bit. So that's how I ended up staying here with you. Must mean you're the one who had him change into a different set of clothes. You knew about that? That was me. I was lucky enough to have some clothes around his size we usually reserve for customers. So I had him change into those, then gave him a meal that's easy on his stomach. It's very kind of you, man. I'm sure explains what he's been up to these last 3 days. Which leads him back to him running out of here a minute ago, right? He certainly seems to be feeling better. You see, I was thinking of asking him if he'd like to stay here permanently. You want to become his legal guardian. I'm impressed you'd be willing to take that on. Or take that on that kind of responsibility. Well, my husband passed away and my only son is living elsewhere with his family. I hardly know what to do with myself if I don't have someone to look after. In the end, it just wouldn't sit right with me if I sent him back to that awful father of his. You won't find any disagreement here. I was in the middle of asking him what he thought about me taking him in, and that's when he up and ran off. Sure, he probably needs some time to think it over. Well, I think you've put in a pretty clear picture. Sounds like Jed hasn't gone all too far either. I'm sure he's nearby. He's probably over in the lighthouse. Still worried about him catching a cold in this weather, though. You don't mind, would you be willing to go check up on him for me? Of course, it'd be no problem. Well, I guess we're finally meeting Jed. Let's go.
Oh, nothing like a good hot bath.
Phew, sure got cold out here. That with a long face, kid. Does that say God something grinds? But what? God's might grinds. God might. Maybe that's not God. I mean, I see G-O-D, but there could be a letter before that, maybe. I think that's a G. Who are you? It's none of your business. Actually, it's very much our business. Some might even call it our hacking business. We were planning to go take a bath over at the bathhouse. The old lady at the counter was in a bit of a tizzy. I asked her if there was a problem. She said she was so worried about the little boy who ran out that she couldn't focus on work. I didn't realize. Are you this Jed she was talking about? If someone's bothering you, why don't we talk it out? Otherwise, you might never get to take a dip in our baths. That's an interesting approach. He seems very well versed in dealing with kids, too. Even more suspicious. Or no, it's Mill? God's Mill grinds slowly but surely? What? Grinds slow. I mean, that looks more like an I than an L. But I can't tell because your frickin' stupid lace is in the way, man. God's mill grinds slowly but surely. The fuck does that even mean, man? I mean, I guess I kind of get what it means, if that's what it's supposed to say. Yeah, that looks like what it says. Now I need you to turn the other direction so we can make sure that says slowly. The thing is, that old lady asked me if I wanted to stay with her. Some very weird thing. I mean, I guess he didn't pick his clothes in this case, but it's a very weird shirt for a kid to have. She gave me these new clothes and fed me a ton of food. I didn't know what to think of at first, but it was way better than anything I ever had at home. Sounds pretty great to me. Why not give it a try for a while? Give it a try? How do you expect me to do that, huh? If I did, it'd be like I was running away from my dad. This isn't a matter of pride, though. If he's treating you poorly, it's okay to run away, don't you think? That's the coward's way out. I'm no coward. I've never lost a fight. But this old lady... Sure, she treats like I'm her kid right now, but it's all just for show. She's got to be just like my old man. She just wants me for the mirror. Do you really believe that? Yeah, of course I do. All grown-ups are just liars and phonies. Not the P word. She almost had me fooled too. Glad I came out here to cool my head. You came out here to cool your head, and that's your answer? You're an even bigger fool than I thought. He's got you so screwed up that you don't even know how to accept a little human decency? Hey, don't you think she's getting a little too harsh? Nah, this is called character development, Judith. Yeah, she's really laying into him. Let's let her handle this one. Why you gotta yell at me like that? You're just like a whole man. Listen, do you know why I'm so angry? Because I'm got red hair, and redhead characters have to be angry. It's because you said something wrong, and I think you know what it means. Or what it was. What do you mean? I was apparently just going into the fucking future. I was reading the script before it appeared. You know exactly what I mean. That old lady is genuinely worried about you. She wants you to wants to help you however she can. She doesn't deserve to have her feelings spat on just because you think she's only in it for the mirror or whatever. Why are you saying all this? I know what I overdid it by saying all that stuff a minute ago. I know she's actually really nice. It's just... I want to live with her. I'd have to explain it to my old man. I don't know what your dad will say if you try and leave. But it sounds to me like you want to take the old lady up on her offer and you're too scared of your dad to do it. What you're missing is the courage to be honest with yourself. You want to leave home? Maybe tell some adults how you're feeling instead of trying to deal with it on your own. Us, that old lady, and the people at the church are all here to help you. You said you never lost a fight, right? You don't have to lose this one either. It does sound like we should preemptively turn the dad to ashes, just in case he tries to retaliate. You know? That's the spirit, so you can do anything if you put your mind to it. I wasn't sure it was going to turn out so well for a minute there, but it looks like all's well that ends well. Yeah, one more case in the bag. That's the delinquent sister for you. Indeed, she's a lot kinder than she lets on to be a bit of a busybody. Alright, let's head back. I know I got a little steam there, but I'll leave the rest of you sprigging. No harm done. Alright then, let's go get Angela and we'll head to the chapel to talk everything over. And so they went back to get Angela and then headed back to the chapel. Tony and Mina gave Jed a bit of a scolding, but the three were more than happy to be reunited. In the meantime, Van and the others sat down with the head of the church, Vikar Rodin, to discuss Jed's future. That's why I've decided to take the boy in. If possible, I'd like to become his guardian so that he can continue to live with me. I'm sure this would have gone much smoother if I consulted with the church first. I'm very sorry for all the trouble. There's no need for an apology. Some of the blame lies with us for not doing more from the beginning. Besides, it should be relatively simple to register him with your name and household. Really, I feel like usually it's a lot more complicated. Considering it also sounds like that's Jed's wish, I'd say we can go ahead and start moving things in that direction. In about 12 to 18 months. The real problem is to do about his old man. Yeah, that's going to be the most critical part. You make it sound like you've already got a plan in mind. You're going to share it with the class? Well, I mean, I have a plan. I've suggested it many times if you were listening, Judith. If that's true, we'd certainly like to hear it. The way I see it, we got two options. Murder and murder. First option would be to hand him over to the police. Second option, we don't turn him in at all. Wouldn't handing him over to the police be the obvious choice? Well, actually, as much as I hate to say it, of those two options, it's the one I like the least. Because realistically, he's not going to get charged with anything. Or something very minor, and he'll be out back in the neighborhood almost immediately with a huge grudge. Like, if we were to think about this in like a real world scenario, most likely nothing happens. Or even if he does get, you know, even like the maximum punishment for, you know, child abuse. He'll be back eventually, and then definitely want to just kill this kid. I think so too. We already have the testimony from Angela and the boy that he was being abused. Well, you know, there's recorded statements when we spoke to the father earlier. He should be held accountable for what he's done. Even if he is brought in, his case won't be tried as a serious crime. If Jed was harmed to the point of being nearly killed, that'll be a different story. But because he's mostly been able to attend Sunday school regularly, there's a likelihood this father could get off with a light sentence. If that's the case, then I can understand why we wouldn't want to get the police involved. But you don't plan to just let the father get off scot-free either, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have him sign a contract. Or burn his house down. That way he has to move out of town and he's no longer nearby to pose as much of a threat. Eh? Eh? Sign a contract? What the I mean, I guess we could try and hold the criminal charges over him, but I feel like he seems like the type that would be like, fuck you. I'm not doing that. It'll guarantee that he not only leaves Messeldam, but he never makes contact with Jed again. Also, how are we going to enforce that? Because, I mean, we're fucking leaving, never to return, Van. So that won't be a loss for the community. And if we threaten to expose his other crimes to the police upon a breach of contract, he should have no issue agreeing to our terms. It's a pretty good idea. It also means that jerk won't have to face judgment. He can just start a new life somewhere else like it's no big deal. Even thinking about it pisses me off. I think it's most important to make sure he adheres to the contract. And to be frank, I'm not totally convinced we'll be able to get him to sign it. I mean, I kind of agree. I suppose we have to rely on a Spriggan's experience once more. I imagine there's no clear solution to this issue. They're all much more closely aware of Jed's concerns than we are, so I'd like to take your perspective into account of the matter. Guess it's up to you, Van. If you want my opinion, maybe we should turn him over to the police so he'll actually have to pay for his crimes? Or do we let him off with a signing a contract? I mean, realistically, if we go at this from a heart, I mean, unfortunately, the legal system doesn't give a shit about kids. So, you know, if we were... He's not gonna get much of a sentence. He's gonna come out with a fucking grudge. And he's gonna kill the kid. Right? If he had no problem harming the kid when he had no real beef with him, he's definitely going to kill the kid when he gets out. So, you gotta treat him with kid gloves because the legal system doesn't care about children. They don't got any assets, okay? Why should we care about them? I think we should have him sign a contract. Here's what's best for the kid's future has to take priority over meting out punishment to this old man. And from that perspective, if he ever tries to get revenge, we'll have our excuse to hand him over to the police. I see where you're coming from. What about Secret Option Circle, though? You make a very convincing argument. Very well, the church will move forward as you suggested. Soon after, Van and the others arrived at Jed's father's house with the contract already in hand. It stated the undersigned agrees to leave Messeldam immediately, never to seek contact with Jed or bring him harm for the rest of his life. Any breach of this contract will result in the undersigned's past crimes being brought to light and reported to the appropriate authorities, and also one case of burning. The bit about his past crimes is a bluff on Van's part, but Jed's father, sensing truth in Van's claims, finally relented and agreed to sign the contract.
That takes care of that.
Reward deposited!
My God, chaos! It overfloweth upon me. I mean, that was interesting. I mean, we haven't had a bad side quest yet, I don't think, off the top of my head. I feel like they've all been pretty good. Which, I mean, I said that in the last game, that was, like, probably the thing that was most objectively improved in Daybreak compared to previous Trails games, is that the side quests were better. And I think, I think so far Daybreak 2 is definitely living up to that. Like, they've all been pretty interesting, nice, long, and lengthy. They don't feel like throwaways or afterthoughts. Burn them. ADO, strike that man down, or lady. Does that mean you're gonna be living with the lady from the bathhouse now? Pretty much, yeah. I see, that's a relief. But you better not cause any problems for Miss Angela, okay? That means no horsing around and breaking faces like you always do. Huh, you're not the boss of me. No wonder nagging shrews like you always end up alone. Who are you calling a shrew? Calm down, you two. Just like that, the fights are on. Good to see the kid hasn't lost his moxie, though. Now you guys big time for setting me straight. That doesn't mean I have to just lie down and take it when these two get on my case. What I'm saying is, I got this handled, so shut up and stay out of it, okay? I hear ya. Just make sure you do it right. Oh, Jed had mellowed out after coming back, but he's already his usual self again. Still, it's kind of relief in more ways than one. Really, I'm glad we asked for your help. Kinda miss seeing the two of them like this. Thanks for helping Jed out, Mr. Spriggan. I can't tell you how grateful I am for your help. That extends to the Congregation for the Sacraments as well, of course. Thank you so much for guiding Jed onto the right path. Hey, I mean, I acted, but I'm still a sister. It was nothing, really. Heck, I probably went a little too hard on the kid. It's reassuring to know that Jed's guardianship will be in trustworthy hands. If nothing else, we'll do our part to ensure the road he walks on from here is a bright one. Oh, a great deal of debt to both Arkrod Solutions and the Congregation for the Sacraments. As for Jed's custody proceedings, I'll be taking care of the particulars. In addition, I intend to keep a close watch on the father of his for a while. Rest assured, we'll see to it this matter to its rightful conclusion. Also, let's do this again. Make sure the road he walks on here is a bright one, or a Bannings one, or a Schwarzer one, or an Arkride one, or a, let's be honest, nobody remembers Kevin's last name one. Again, what the fuck is Kevin's last name? Oh no. They got me, man. The #1 Sky 3 defender. He has to log off. He can't remember fucking green man's name. It's been too long. Even now I'm forgetting. Hey, it's that girl from yesterday. Damn, ain't coming off like I hoped. Guess I really do need some kind of special remover. But like, how are you touching it? You got fucking Mr. Fantastic arms? What an astounding piece of street art. It'd be a waste for you to erase it all. Nobody asked you, Gramps. Besides, this graffiti isn't supposed to be here. I just sprayed it on like the punk I am. It's kind of a jerk move on my part, so I came back to clean it up. There's a story to be heard here, I think. Even so, you have marvelous talent. Have you considered redirecting it elsewhere? Maybe in best interest moving forward. Redirecting? Don't have to jack about me. My best interest moving forward is for me to decide. Just so you know, I'm what one might call second-hand salesman. I travel far and wide in search of rare goods. In same vein, I seek to cherish the connections I form along the way, and neglect my kids. Won't you allow me to help you, if only for my own satisfaction? As a matter of fact, I have solvent right here that can get this spray paint off without fuss. Heck, you're getting sketchier by the second. Your voice just changed and everything. Now, this is simply destiny at work. Let's begin by removing this graffiti, shall we? I do have one more proposal for you, but we can save this discussion for later. Quit trying to railroad me. Just who are you anyway? You know how fucking pissed I would be if I was this dude's kids and he shows back up and he's like, hey, I captured a child. This is your like new sister or some shit. I mean, if he was like a normal parent, it wouldn't bother me as much, but the whole like I just disappear for like a year and leave my teenage kids to fend for themselves is like fucked up. Or, I mean, they may not be teenagers anymore, but, you know, they say he's been doing it for a long time, so presumably there was a time when they were, you know, little kids, and he's just like, ah, you can run the shop. Have fun. You're those guys from yesterday. Not the graffiti. I figured I might as well get rid of it all myself. I'm starting the day off by erasing this piece here. At least that was the plan for this other shady old fart got off in my business. He's an oddball for sure, but he's also a buddy of mine. Let's not say that. I don't think you need to be so cagey with him. Wait, seriously? Maybe I'll take your word for it then. I have quite a bit of luggage, so I came over to board the ship I'll be taking ahead of time. While searching around for it, however, I chanced upon this unexpectedly intriguing girl. I like her much more than my biological children. The child has no place to call home by looks of things. Fate must have willed that we should meet. I only hope my impact on her life is a positive one.
No need to be shy now.
I mean, the regular tear bombs are pretty dog water at this point, so I don't think we really need them. Today's task is to load up the products that are being exported. First, I have to check them. There's been a lot of people on our backs lately. That's why we gotta verify things on our end, too. Detailed work like this isn't exactly my taste, though. Guess I'll have to let all this stress out by painting the town red tonight. Only I don't use paint. We're only ever on land for so long after all. Damn true, partner. Damn true. What's over here? Oh yeah, the monster quest. Damn it. Even if the staff is in hiding, searching the premises is bound to turn up amount of evidence. I've already contacted Inspector Daswani. All we need now is a warrant. This tinderbox of a company isn't getting off scot-free on my watch. Man, also, who the hell is this Scott guy, and why is he always free? Illegal experimentation? How could we let such a nefarious company dig its claws into our city? Brother, have you ever heard of a little-known mafia organization that apparently run this town? I've already contacted Messeldam PD. We need to mount a raid on this place, one way or another. Like I said, my hands are tied. I couldn't even tell you one thing about this company. My real name isn't even Gary, okay? I get this is an official investigation and all, but there's no reason to pin the blame on me. Alright, gang. It's time to see what you fuckers can do. Like the entrances and exits are blocked off. All the blockades inside are still unblocked. Or unlocked. Wait, you say unlocked or unblocked? Unlocked. As long as the ducks, you should be able to reach the server room. Alright, let's get moving. Holy hell. I thought it was like a robo bear. I mean, it's kind of got like a suit or something on. But it looked like the little robot in the front was like part of the bear. It is a fearsome foe. Judith Grimcat transforms into Grimcat, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that. We have had about 8 battles with Grimcat already, but... Okay, what all do you do? I mean, I know you freeze. You do a lot of freezing. You see, that's the thing about Leon, is that he freezes. What's your... EP cost, art power? Okay, so you have that. Ooh, it's actually kind of good. Fortunately, your arts are... As the kids say, dog water?
Activating drive.
Oh, I didn't activate your boost. Whoops.
Now, how shall we strike? Optical cannon! Fan!
You're not getting away. Here goes.
Now's our time to shine.
What's yours? Damage, minus stamp. Okay, so you just have the alt version of the other ornament thing.
Like hell you are! Like hell you are!
Hey, he knows what he's doing, man. He's going after Leon first. We respect that. Also, you'll never hit Katra. He's too cool.
Now's our time to shine.
That was embarrassing. This, okay, so no, that's not infinite range.
Going all in!
Time to turn up the heat.
Activating skill.
Go to hell! Let's go!
Activating skill.
Searing steel of mine, shining from the abyss. Become the maw of hellfire that consumes the darkness.
And the bear's just like,
Midgard!
brother, I'm a bear. Why the fuck you gotta summon the power of demons or God or whatever? It's kind of rude, man.
Go, Leon!
I was literally just, I'm just a fucking bear, guy. I'm just chilling.
Lay on the pain, Leon!
Snare that! Bridget Pain!
Even, you know, lay on the pain. His attack is actually called
My
pain.
move now.
Isn't that a quinky dink?
Go, Katra!
Katra, you have a gun. Katra, you have a gun. You have a gun that can shoot from range.
Initializing drop. There!
You're next, Elysian!
She would be the type to call him Silesian instead of Katra.
That's one
Kind
job
of
behind us.
revelation.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Maybe we should just never upgrade our equipment again. Just rock level 1 gear for the rest. Maybe that's what we'll do. And we could maybe get away with never upgrading our armor again. Weapons, the combat would become too sloggy, but maybe we'll never buy armor again.
Hey, wanna take a fishing break?
Absolutely, partner. I
Let's see what
can't
I can
believe
get.
you. Actually, no.
If I must.
I'm making
Now,
neon fish.
What shall I find?
And we already have this stuff, but
A bite.
that one's actually pretty easy to
C'est la vie.
instant do it. Yoink. And then Leon's like, why the fuck are we picking up shards? What the hell's going on? What do you mean? There's a digital world out there? What time are we at? We're only at 43, so I guess we'll do a little main story action after all. Didn't realize it was a shooter today. I went around, we came through earlier. God, he's probably been moving the production here, there, and everywhere, filming things the script never called for. I swear this happens every time he gets worked up. Makes you worry how the cast and crew are coping. Well, we've come all this way. Might as well go and say hello. Hey, you three. What new scene are you working on now? Oh, look who it is. Judith! I'm glad you asked, actually. This little snowflake popped up at just the right time. Picture this. Antonio, the young, handsome businessman who came to Michelle's rescue, is revealed to have been the mob boss all along. And Michelle is about to fall right into his clutches. A twist like that against a backdrop like this? Phenomenal. Plus, now that you're here, huh? I see where you're going with the Salvatore. Putting both female leads in the scene at once will lend it a lot more impact. I tell you, this woman really gets me. What did I just walk into?
I don't understand. Why are you here, Antonio? Where's
And then they
Ron?
decide they can't trust men.
About that.
And they have to
Neither
be
he
together
nor
for each other.
Blood will be joining us, I'm afraid. Now, be a dear and hand over that key. It's our only hope of foiling their scheme.
No. Ron swore he would come. He said not to give this to anyone but him. He knew the Syndicate would try and take it away. Antonio. You're with them, aren't you?
I feel like he looked bluer earlier.
Oh, come now, Michelle. Don't misunderstand me. Ah, I'm a businessman. In our line of work, Mira makes the world go round.
So like, if we don't complete that side
all
quest,
those
though, doesn't this guy get
unwanted
stabbed
nuisances out of the way,
to death?
our plan can finally come to fruition. You fools played right into my...
Hey, Tony. Thought I told you not to let your guard down around the ladies.
Golden blood? It can't be. How are you still alive? Get her! Don't stop until she's dead!
Now! Right! Take this!
Ah! Damn you! You'll never stop my plans!
Sorry to break it to you. The Golden Blood never says never.
We'll stop you no matter what. And Ron will be right there with us!
God! We got the shot, everybody!
Most 37% on Rotten Tomatoes ass movie you've ever seen. Seeing a movie play out from behind the scenes is more fun than I thought. You can barely even tell the whole thing was off the cuff. My, what an experience. I think we have front row seats to a performance by two of the most ravishing actors of our time. Maybe dial it back a bit, fanboy. You and me are birds of a feather, Leon. Of course, no wonder we hate him. He's a sex pest too. Well, maybe that's going a little too far. Too bad you didn't come by sooner. I could have given you a full backstage experience. By the by, I understand that Van filled in for one of your cast members. Perhaps I could do the same next time you're in need. Now there's an idea. With a pretty face like that, I could even line you up for a screen debut if you're up for it. Quit egging him on, damn it. That's the actor who didn't show up yesterday. Quite a role they subbed you in for, Van. Yeah, it's pretty typical for a Gotti production. You can tell he's big on irredeemable villains. Well, it's got a different vibe this time around now that he and Lamb are co-directing. Speaking of, is this Lamb guy real? I mean, I know he like briefly popped up in the last game, so he should exist. What is this, a live studio audience? Quit lazing around. The scene's wrapped up, so let's get back on the track already. Right, we want to overstay our welcome. I guess it got a little too derailed. Sorry to get in your way, everyone. We'll be taking our leave now. Not at all. You're welcome to visit anytime. The next set of shots is over in the back streets. We'll head that way once everything's packed up. I'll place them right near the underground club. Bottles full of bub. And you've got rehearsals this evening, young lady, so I better not see you sauntering late. I know, you don't need to treat me like a newbie. I've heard talk of a construction job in the area several years back. Supposedly special attention was paid to the plumbing. Noted. Thanks, Grammy. Damn, your grandma's got some real street smarts. She reminds me a bit of Master Barkhorn somehow. Well, we mustn't let her kindness go to waste. Shall we be off? Come on, guys.
What are Judith, Van, and Katra doing with those two, of all people? I just hope it doesn't drag on too long.
I've no doubt this will be a fascinating movie. Seems to be quite the collaborative endeavor.
We'll see. A lot of so-called ambitious collabs don't end up working out that well. But if they pull it off, it'll prove just how skilled the directors and actresses here are.
Look forward to the final product, because I guarantee it'll blow you away.
Her knowing who these two are makes me feel a little like she could be the secret, like, captain of the fucking whatever. The main, she is like kind of, I feel too young for that, but you know, we're in anime land.
Ocean is just as lovely in winter, isn't it?
But I can't think of, because, you know, as always, the rule is if somebody is shady, assume they're a Grail Knight. If they're shady and not obviously evil, they must be a Grail Knight, right? That's like rule number 1. Now, we can't definitively say she's not. I mean, she's shady, but she's not. I mean, nothing about her seems evil per se. Like in, you know, an enforcer scenario. But her being involved with the Iskarot would kind of make sense. Like, you know, that these two wouldn't immediately know her, potentially. Since they're kind of at odds. But I kind of can't vibe with the idea of the secret Papal Guard organization being led by like a 19-year-old or whatever. My cringe radar is going off. Or 20 or however old you're supposed to be. Thanks for joining our impromptu shoot just now, Judith. That scene came out great thanks to you. I just hope it wasn't too much of an inconvenience. Don't worry, Nina. I'm already used to this kind of thing. Besides, if we got a good take out of it, then I made the right call as an actress. I'm glad you feel that way. You, Van, and the others have more work to take care of, right? Best of luck, everyone. That's kind of you to say. We'll swing by again once things are wrapped up on our end. Let us make haste, then. We wouldn't want to squander the well wishes of an A-list celebrity.
Well...
Be safe out there, everyone. I'll see you at our next shoot after you finish, Judith. Let's make it a good one. That take just now is incredible stuff. Nicely done, Judith. A little sympathy for those you drag along into these unplanned shoots would be nice. Then again, your random strokes of mad genius never failed you before. Inspiration strikes, you need to strike back right then and there. That's how blockbusters get made. That and a lot of, well, as you already know, the TNA and the F&V. Letting that crucial moment slip by when you hem and haw over schedules we put in the cart before the horse. I see, so it was through this intuition that so many of your more exhilarating scenes were created. Oh, for the love of, quit acting like every little thing he does is revolutionary. Gotta say, this peek into your process has me even more excited to see how it comes together. You won't be disappointed. We're gonna keep up pace and make this picture the hottest new thing since the sun started shining. Alright, Judith, it's time for you to show me that last night's success wasn't a fluke on your part. Don't you dare be late for evening rehearsals. You, the fixers, and those two in the robes need to go at this with a deft touch. I get it already, Grammy. Just sit back and watch. I'll bring this curtain down on my watch. You'll see. You are wanting for confidence, at least. But you have a nasty habit of dropping the ball at the 11th hour, so don't go letting your mind wander. I mean, she do be spitting. This old lady must be the one Brigard is talking about. I dare say you're right. We've heard much about her being a giant among men. From the looks of it, those claims are well substantiated. How you make the best of the situation, the intel I've scrounged up is up to you, Judith. Show me how you're going to bring this curtain down. Right, time to roll up the sleeves and get back to the grind. Don't forget this movie's a collaborative effort between me and Director Lamb. Can't have any of my scenes falling flat next to his. We need to bring the fire from start to finish. But, like, is it really a collaborative effort if it's, like, you shoot half of your movie and then he's gonna go off and shoot the second half? With, like, no actual collaborative process there? Like, I mean, shouldn't he at least be here? What are you all doing here? Just so we're clear, client confidentiality is still in effect, right? I can't have anyone at the shoot getting wind of what happened last night. You can rest easy on that front. We take our terms of agreement seriously. Unbelievable. The only thing he's sorry for is the fact that he got exposed. Well, how things go from here isn't really our concern. It'll all come down to his honest effort and maybe a pinch of luck. And the threat of a good stabbing. Thank you once again for your help last night, everyone. This shoot can't afford any no-shows, so Ethan will be participating as planned. That's his responsibility as an industry professional. There's no way to undo what's already been done, after all. Worst case scenario, I could have gotten stabbed, so thanks for making sure that didn't happen. Alright, so we can call it here, and next time we'll head over to Club Barracuda. See if we can check out their plumbing. That'll be next time. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.